Hey guys, Kel Kellogg here. This is going under the category of Kel Kellogg Unfiltered, and it could easily be under the category of Kel Kellogg is really angry. But you know what? I'm gonna strike that, and I'm gonna say Kel Kellogg is really disappointed. Remember when you were a teenager and your dad used to tell you, you know, son, I am really disappointed in you. Well, that's because what he was really saying is I'm disappointed that my son is such a moron. But he didn't want to say that to you because, you know, you don't want to kick a young man's or young lady's self-esteem around like that, you know, a teenager's. So I've been getting calls and emails and in-person interactions on my guide boat from Fish Sniffer readers, and they're asking me one question. Why am I not getting the papers I paid for? I have 10 years of subscriptions on the books, and I'm not receiving what I paid for. Am I gonna get a magazine? Am I gonna get a refund? This is my opinion, but I don't think you're gonna get jack. I don't think you're gonna get anything. Wes Ward and I, we have been urging the publisher to reach out to you guys for months, and the reaction to the emails and the calls and stuff like that is the delete button. And it's really, really sad, and it's really frustrating, and it's really disappointing. And let me tell you about the Fish Sniffer, okay? I started reading the Fish Sniffer when I was 20 years old. It was founded by a man named Hal Bonslet, and it remained a family publication until 2008. It was the premier fishing publication on the West Coast. We had Western Outdoor News and the Fishing and Hunting News. They covered both fishing and hunting. So when it comes to the arena of fishing, the Fish Sniffer was without peer. I started the magazine about 16 and a half years ago. My partner was Dan Bacher. Alan Bonslet was the publisher, and when I came on board, that magazine was popping. We fished everywhere, from San Francisco Bay and beyond to Nevada, the Rockies, Puerto Vallarta, to the Gulf of Alaska. We did it all, we experienced it all, and we reported it all to our readers every other week, 26 times a year. We attended all the shows, we fought all the battles, we did what we had to do to keep that magazine in the #1 spot, and it was absolutely fantastic, and I loved every minute of it, okay? Now, fast forward to the 2008 financial crisis. At that point, print was challenging. It was getting to be challenging. And the Bonslets were ready to step aside. Alan Bonslet, he had been battling cancer forever. His cancer was kind of starting to reemerge. The market, you know, the ad sales market and stuff, super challenging. So Dan Bacher and I, along with another party, we bought the publication. Dan and I were minority shareholders, and the third party, he was the majority shareholder, and it was a dream come true. We did what we had to do. We fought hard. We cut our pay. And we made it happen, and the magazine maintained that look and feel. It maintained its you know, front center position in the West Coast fishing world. Alan Bonslet stayed on until almost the day he died. He was our layout guy. He is largely responsible for what you know or knew as the old Fish Sniffer, okay? The look, the feel, the editorial oversight. He was the man. He made it happen. He made sure that the magazine measured up to his father, Hal Bonslet's legacy, okay? And, you know, he became a very good friend of mine, and that magazine was not his calling, but it was his family's life work, if you will, and he was determined to run that paper and take that publisher's job seriously and keep the quality of the paper very high, okay? So probably 6 years ago, we hired a gentleman, Wes Ward, Wes of the FHS channel here, to become our webmaster. And man, Wes and I, we worked great together, and we learned so much about the electronic world, video, digital publishing, so on and so forth. If you read the Digital Fish Sniffer today, you could thank Wes Ward. He invented it. No Wes Ward, no Digital Fish Sniffer today. So through those years, Wes and I could see the writing on the wall. Print was going to die, okay? Printing is extremely expensive, and the leadership at the magazine was more interested in goofing off and taking vacations and playing around than they were in working hard, working harder, working 6 and 7 days a week. And, Wes and I, we wanted to turn it into a digital video publication, but the answer from the powers that be was always, I hate the internet, and I want to turn back the clock to 1990 because this was a really successful publication in 1990. Well, you know what? The word's out. It's not 1990 anymore. This is the digital age, and you need to evolve, and you need to be part of that digital age, or you die. And that's what's happened to the Fish Sniffer, okay? When COVID hit, the magazine was barely breaking even. It was hanging by a thread. And all of a sudden, when we couldn't print anymore, everybody on the staff is a digital publishing genius. Except they still didn't want to take any advice from Wes and I, who actually knew what we were doing, okay? So Wes and I, we left. We left in October. We haven't been part of the publication since then. I sold my shares. I wanted no more to do with it. Now, I've been torn about doing this video for a long time, but the tipping point is the phone calls and meeting subscribers on the boat that have been left in the dark, all right? I get it. The money's not there to publish, but when you've got a person that has 10 or 15 years of subscriptions on the books, you at least owe them an article or an email or a 30-second phone conversation. You don't just ignore them. Those were our families. Those were the people that came on our fishing trips. Those were the people that love us. Those are the people that come on my FHS guide boat to this day because they know Cal Kellogg. So, are you going to get your money back? No way. Are you ever going to get another printed Fish Sniffer? No way. Now, you can go online and you can read it for free. And take this with a grain of salt because I work there and now I don't work there. The content is buffoonish at best. It is 8th grade remedial work. It is a board to hang advertising on. Editorial quality means nothing. They have an editor there that is writing paragraphs that go on for 30 and 40 lines, dozens of sentences. I don't think he could pass a high school level grammar test, yet he's an editor over there. It is extremely sad. When Alan Bonset was on his deathbed, he told me, I'm happy because I know the Fish Sniffer is safe in your hands. He was talking to me. And when it came clear that I could exert very little influence and my direction and my advice and my hard work and all that was falling on deaf ears, it was time to say goodbye. And, Wes and I, we're very, very happy at FHS. We're selling tackle. We're running guide trips. We're making videos. We meet so many happy people. We have a real relationship with our viewers and our clients and our customers. And that's the way it should be. I learned that from Alan Bonset. He learned it from his father. But clearly, the leadership of the current Fish Sniffer, the old Fish Sniffer's dead, they never learned that lesson. They see the Fish Sniffer as a skeleton that you can hang advertising on and you can make a quick buck. And that's it. And you slap up any kind of content and you don't proofread it and it's a total piece of crap, and that's what you put your name on. That's what you give your readers. That's what you give your fans, a total piece of crap with a few ads hung on it so you can turn a quick buck. And you can go on vacation, and you could screw around. We had an inside joke over there. You never let work get in the way of your vacation. And with Wes and I gone, it really shows. It really, really shows. Anyway, guys, sorry to sound angry. I wanted to reach out to you guys that are Fish Sniffer readers and you know, old school Fish Sniffer subscribers. I wanted to tell you what's going on. Keep calling that Fish Sniffer phone number. You're not going to get a call back. Keep emailing your concerns to the publisher. You're not going to get an answer. But, you know, sometimes action makes you feel better than inaction. Unfortunately, the Fish Sniffer leadership doesn't feel that way. But that's all I got to say. I've grappled with this for a long time. It was time to come clean. The magazine that I worked at for 16 years, that I poured my soul into, is dead. And there's another magazine with the same name, but it's not the same magazine. And that's sad. It's a sad day for Northern California anglers. It's a sad day for the Northern California fishing scene. If you can't publish a quality publication, maybe it's time to just fold the tent and retire. Anyway, I'm Kel Kellogg. The next video will be much more positive than this, but the words needed to be said. I'm signing off for now. If you're looking for fishing gear, you know where to go. Check out my website at fishhuntshoot.com. And if you like our fishing-related content, not me on here ranting and raving, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you will always know when I'm on here talking about trout or bass or whatever the heck I'm talking about on any given day. I'm out of here for now. I got some chores to do back at the homestead. I will catch you next time right here on YouTube. Rest in peace, Fish Sniffer. Rest in peace, Alan Bonslet. I love you, man. You were one of my very best friends. You were a mentor. You were a guy that taught me how to do a lot of what I do today. And you will not be forgotten. I certainly won't forget you. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Later, guys.